Hello, ladies. I am so excited to actually be able to finally say that the Paper Artsy Infusions are in the house. They are ready to be shipped. So I'm going to give you just a little quick DIY on what I have done with these powders. They are really, really cool. So when you get them, they're in this little container that comes with the lid. You're going to take the lid off, grab your paper piercer, and just take out this little foam piece that's in the top of the lid. Replace the lid and either use your paper piercer, or I'm just using a tack and just poke a hole in the top so that you have the tiny hole. That is all you are going to need. Just gonna make sure I didn't drop any on there. That's all you're gonna need to dispense the little crystals that are inside. So these little crystals are highly colorful, and there's many cool things that you can do. So let's dig right into it. So the very basics, you can take these and just tap it onto your paper. You do not need a lot. When you are starting to play, less is more. Just remember, less is more. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. So you can see the little bit of powder that I have there. Take your water bottle and spritz it. So from here, you can allow the crystals, so you can see the different color crystals. There's even some pink in there. So the color crystals that are in here, what I love about this that's so unique is that there's different colors of crystals to make the color that they're intending for it to be. So that was the limoncello, and so you can see there's yellow, there's brown, there's a little bit of pink, and it's going to make the overall color. So you can start, if that's, I think that's a really cool look. If you want that look, you can leave it there, let it dry, or dry it with your heat tool. But the other thing, if you want the solid color, then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to sprinkle some of your crystals onto, I'm using the Tim Holtz mat, but you can do it on your regular craft mat as well, and spray it with water. How much water depends on the color that you're going to get. If you want a higher intensity, use less water. If you want a lighter color, use more water. So you can choose what you want. Now from here, you can just tap into it, depending what look you want. If you want to go for a more splotched look, you could take and you could dry this and then keep adding layers and layers of color. Or if you want an all over color, you want the whole piece of paper to be colored, you could start with that. You could dry that and get an all over color, and then you can build your color. So we'll just dry that, and then you could go in and you could dab in some more color, and you could get, so it just all depends on what look you are wanting to achieve with the crystals. So that's the absolute basics for them. And just that alone, you can create some really cool, like that's just that technique. And I've used Sunset Beach and Golden Sands on here. Just sprinkled the powders and water and just, you know, just layer your colors. This, I also had a rub on the background first so that I had that resist that was on there. You could also use your heat set embossing powder as well. Okay, so then you can mix it with your powder. So you can take your a white texture paste or an opaque texture paste, depending what you want to do. For these ones, I took a little bit of paste, put it on here, put some powder, and mixed it up so that you get, here, I'll show you just a little bit. That one. So you just put a little bit of paste, and we'll add some Rusty Car on there. And so you can just add it to your paste. And because this was white, it's going to alter the colors a little bit. And also here, you can keep mixing to get an all over color. Or if you wanted it to have those striations, look at how, because I haven't mixed it, that again, you're going to see those different colors of the powder that's in there. So it just all depends on what look you are trying to achieve. So this one was translucent, and I added the the paste through a stencil. Same with this one. This one you can see how I have the different striations, just like I did with that one. Then another really cool idea that you can do, I'm just gonna grab some opaque grit paste, and I'm gonna take a very generous amount of this paste, and I'm going to just put it along the top of my stencil. Just a big mound of it along the top of my stencil like that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the extra paste on there for now. Then let's do the I don't even know how you say that. It's French, cerise, I don't know. And we're gonna take this and we are going to tap some of the powder on top of our paste and then just pull it down. And it's going to blend and mix. And look at how pretty that is. It doesn't have a whole lot of, I'm gonna try another one. That one doesn't have a whole lot of different colors in the, a lot of different colors in there. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the rusty car so that I can show you how pretty it is through a stencil. Let's grab this one. We're going to do the same thing. Grab some paste, go along the top, and we're going to add some rusty car. I want you to see when there's the different colors in there. That one kind of did the same. Not so much. All depends. We need one with lots of different colors in it. That's what we need. But you get the idea that it's just going to, it just gives you those lines and those colors, just like I had shown you in that one, oh, this yellow one here. You can see the different colors that are in there. Okay, so now I'll just show you some of the cool samples that I have created. Let's get rid of the extra paste on here. Okay, so I showed you this one. Those were just the two colors that I sprinkled on there, sprayed water, and you can just see all of the little dots of color that are on there. Same with this one. I did the same. This was in the navy, I believe. And then I've just added white paste over top of it. This one was rusty car. I put the paste on first, let the paste dry, and then sprinkled on my rusty car and water. And I love how you have the little bit of pink in there and the rusty. It's just really, really cool. These were also done with paste first, let the paste dry. This one was crackle, and this one was just a grit paste. So you can see, again, because those color crystals, they're just mixing and blending, and you just have the different grunginess to it. This one I believe was Black Knight that I used on the background, and some in the navy on these little strips that were there. This was also just a stamp on a Tim Holtz rubber stamps, and I used some white embossing powder on it first before I used the powders. This one, I did the background. I did Green Man, Golden Sands, In the Navy, and Olive Tree on this one. And then on the stamp, what I did with the stamp is that I used my stamp platform, stamped it with black, and then went back on the stamp and colored some of the crystals with water and painted it on the stamp and then re-stamped it. So I got kind of a watercolor look on that one. This one was just adding, I can't remember which colors that I added on there. I think a bit jaded and some olive tree maybe. A bit jaded did not come in this order, so when I do my next order, I will get a bit jaded because that one is definitely one of my favorites. Olive tree and a bit jaded. Yeah, so pretty. This again was another stamp with some white embossing powder that I used first, and then added the crystals after. Sunset Beach. I did the crystals first and then used, I think it goes this way, black embossing powder and went over it with black. A couple more here for you. This one was Golden Sands, just Golden Sands. So if I remember correctly, I went in and did more of an overall color where I tapped into the color first and then I added some sprinkles on top so that I could get that really cool grungy look that's in the background. This one was a rub-on that I added to it first, and then I went in and added Green Mile, Slime, Black Knight, and some Rocky Road. Really, really pretty. And the last one that I have to show you, this one was one that I mixed the Rocky Road, which is a brown, with some translucent grit paste, and then went through a stencil, went through the star stencil so that you could get the little brown stars that are on there. So really cool. Look at how this is drying. Really, really cool stuff to play with. I love that they're only $4.50 each. Right now I have 21 colors. There are 24, but there's some that are out of stock, so they will be coming in. The other one that I should show you, I have mine just in a little box, is the Just Walnut. And Just Walnut, if I can find it. Oh, I have it out. That's why I can't find it. Just Walnut is just walnut. There's no color striation in it at all. It is just walnut. So you're not going to get... There's a little bit because of the doing it this way because the crystals aren't mixed with anything, but it's just brown. You're not, there's no other colors. It's just brown. So if I was to put some on my mat and spray it with water and then dip into it, you're just going to get different, again, because they're not blended with the water, but it's just brown. So I do have that one in stock as well. So be sure to head on over to the shop and pick up yours today. Thanks, ladies.